On July 29, 1890, Dutch Post-Impressionist painter Vincent van Gogh dies tragically at age 37. But how did Van Gogh die? And how did his relationship with his mother impact his life? Considered one of the greatest painters in history, Vincent van Gogh suffered for years from severe mental illness. He was also exhausted from the relentless work and the high standards he set for himself. His letters to his younger brother and art dealer Theo show that he was uncertain about the future and felt that he had failed, both as a man and as an artist. From his childhood, Van Gogh never felt he lived up to his mother's expectations for him. He was born exactly 1 year after his stillborn older brother, also named Vincent. Each Sunday, his mother would sorrowfully pause in the churchyard at the grave of the other Vincent van Gogh. This ritual must have been crushing for him. How could he ever be good enough to fill the void left by the Vincent that had died? The original Vincent who shared his birthday. Near the end of his life, Van Gogh's brilliant work was starting to gain some recognition. It was, however, never appreciated by his mother. She thought so little of his paintings that she actually used one he had given her to patch a hole in her chicken coop. On July 27, 1890, Van Gogh went to a wheat field in Auvers-sur-Oise, France, where he shot himself in the chest. He was able to stagger back to the inn where he was staying, but he died 2 days later. Today, Van Gogh's works are among the world's most expensive paintings ever sold. In 2022, his Orchard with Cypresses fetched $117 million at auction. I've always found Don McLean's song Vincent to be a touching tribute to Van Gogh. Centering on his most famous work, The Starry Night, it is beautiful in its melancholy. Mrs. Lewis and I visited the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam in 2022. It was a profound experience to see so many of his powerfully brilliant works of art in one place. Here are other events that happened today in history. In AD 238, during Rome's Year of the Six Emperors, co-emperors Balbinus and Pupienus are hacked to death. In 1588, the Spanish Armada sent to invade England is first sighted off Lizard Point in Cornwall. In 1900, after 22 years on the throne, Italian King Umberto I is assassinated by anarchist Gaetano Bresci. In 1921, in Munich, disillusioned World War I veteran Adolf Hitler becomes the leader of the Nazi Party. In 1954, Tolkien publishes The Fellowship of the Ring, the first part of the epic trilogy The Lord of the Rings. In 1958, responding to Sputnik, US President Dwight D. Eisenhower signs a bill creating NASA. In 1981, Prince Charles and Diana Spencer marry in London to a worldwide TV audience of 750 million. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. Which World War II vessel, after being sunk by a Japanese submarine, is subjected to one of the largest shark attacks in history? The USS Baltimore, the USS Pittsburgh, the USS Indianapolis, or the USS Portland? Liked learning about Vincent van Gogh? Then you'll love this one about another of history's greatest artists, Michelangelo. Tap the screen to keep the story going on Today in History.